Guild of Servants of the Sanctuary hosted a Lenten retreat last Saturday under the theme Pray, Fast, Serve. Jalissa Hines reports.
The Guild of Servants of the Sanctuary, Diocese of Guyana, hosted a Lenten retreat last Saturday at the Church of the Transfiguration in Georgetown under the theme Pray, Fast, Serve. The retreat saw a number of altar servers, youths, and Sunday school students from different parishes in the diocese. Bishop of Guyana, the Right Reverend Charles Davidson, presented on fasting.
Fasting is a part of religious life. Christians are not the only individuals who fast. So fasting is abstaining from solid food. Fasting is abstaining from solid food. That's one definition. So imagine that you have to fast for 12 hours. But you're allowed to drink water, and old people like me, we're allowed to take our medication.
Bishop Davidson then highlighted the types of fasting.
There is fasting that we do in terms of our community, in terms of our church, in terms of our nation. So when things go bad, and we do not like what's happening in our nation, there is usually a call for fasting. And this happened quite a bit during the people of Israel's time. Fasting about a particular sin or our relationship with our Lord Jesus. And when we are finished fasting, we go and do the same thing again. It doesn't make sense.
Reverend Munsell Alves delivered a presentation on prayer.
Prayer is very essential. It is very important to us as Christians and not necessarily Christians, to all religious groups. Prayer. I consider prayer to be a life buoy. And so where you are now in your life, the embodiment of your life, whatever you do, ensure that you set aside a time to pray. And we know we have to do morning prayer together. There are some families that they do devotion together, but you've decided that you're going to offer your own prayer. You're going to make your request known unto God.
Reverend Alves emphasized that prayer should be a way of life.
You don't necessarily have to wait until you go to the side of your bed and kneel and pray. If you're someone who go walking, if you're someone who loves to do gardening, or if you're someone you may have pet or whatever it is, while you're doing that, you can speak to God. Because prayer is a way of life. However, the discipline of prayer is when you consistently, and I can tell you it can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. Because for me, no matter what, at 4:30 or at 5 o'clock, even when I feel like I want to sleep a little longer, because it is inside of me, the temptation is to be up and pray or start my devotion. And so prayer is a way of life.
Lastly, Reverend Bernard Amsterdam presented on Serve.
So you make worship more reverent, efficient, and beautiful. And really, without you, the service is really boring. I've always liked to say to church goers or members of our church But for me, I always like bells and smells. I like to hear the bells ringing, and I like to smell the incense. And when you don't have a church, or like for example where I am now, where I'm unable to have service who's doing that, then the service seems just dreary. You just come, you do everything according to the liturgy, and then you just go home. But from the time you see there's bells and smells, you see the difference in people. It is something, it's a part of our tradition that we tend to enjoy most.
Reverend Amsterdam went on to add,
Service is directed firstly to God, not the priest, not you, not the people sitting in congregation, but to God. Secondly, you are to help the clergy. And thirdly, as assistance to the people who are backed by God to worship.
President of the Guild of Servants of the Sanctuary, Ryan Philadelphia, highlighted the purpose of the event during an interview with this newscast.
Today we had Lenten Retreat 2022. The reason being for this type of event was to bring together the youths, servers, even Sunday school children back together at one place, because due to this pandemic, we had church and a lot of us didn't have the time to be together. Yes, the retreat was a success because of our team. Pray, fast, serve. We use that team because a lot of persons have strayed away from this whole Lenten and fasting and even prayer. So we use this event to educate persons or even youths on the school servers more about fasting, prayer, and serving.
Philadelphia then extended gratitude to the presenters.
I would like to thank the President of the Guyana Youth Council, the Youth Director, the three presenters, Bishop Charles, Father Monzel, and Father Amsterdam, to taking some time out of their busy schedule to come and share with us on the three different topics.
Stand up for Jesus, stand in His strength alone. The arm of flesh within, He gave us just your own. O God of us, hell armor, each piece was bought with prayer. Where duty calls for danger, we never wanted there.
Reporting for Channel 8 News, I am Jalissa Hines.